Well, congratulations to this crazy Pokemon card market right now. GameStop has officially announced that they will be canceling and suspending pre-orders for Pokemon cards indefinitely. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. You're watching the channel Dr.Applesauce 2. My name's Will. It's another beautiful day here in Texas. I hope you guys know that I love you, God loves you, that there is an awesome plan for your life. So here's a Saturday video that you guys typically don't get, and I had to make this for you guys because yesterday evening, I had a viewer reach out to me who is a GameStop employee and say, hey, you probably don't know this, but we just got a call from GameStop corporate saying that GameStop is going to stop doing Pokemon card pre-orders in-store and online indefinitely. We're not going to do pre-orders for Pokemon cards anymore. And this employee reached out to me and told me this, and I'm like, wow, this is crazy. And I didn't say anything publicly. I didn't make any videos because GameStop's really, really weird. They've come after me before. I didn't want to risk this guy's job. And I was like, all right, let's just see what happens. And then I wake up this morning and it's all over PokeBeach. It's all over the news. Somebody leaked an email somewhere and everybody knows it. And the long short of it is, guys, is because of where things are in the market, and we'll get into it, but GameStop's not going to do pre-orders on Pokemon cards anymore, period. In store, online, at all. And part of the reasoning behind this that a manager, a long-time GameStop manager said, is they're doing this to increase foot traffic. They're canceling the ability to make pre-orders on Pokemon cards to increase foot traffic in the stores, meaning so that people can't just get it online, they want people to come in and get it. And the speculation is they're just not getting enough Pokemon cards from Pokemon, and this is a way that they can potentially get more cards to more stores and get more people coming into the stores rather than, those people that go to 20 stores and they do the max order and those 20 stores get 10, and then there's, 10 other stores in the area that get none. So that's the speculation behind it. But the reality is no more GameStop pre-orders for Pokemon cards. And the interesting thing is that it's only Pokemon cards. GameStop isn't doing this or implementing this for any other TCG. They're only doing this for Pokemon cards, which leads to even more speculation and kind of supporting the fact that maybe GameStop simply isn't getting enough cards from Pokemon. And this is, I guess, their latest tactic to try and get more people to come into stores, which honestly, I think is kind of flawed, if I'm perfectly honest. I don't think it's going to work the way they want, because what's going to happen is you're just going to get stores on release day are all going to be flooded. And then after the first 2 hours of release day, they're going to be dead zones. It's not like, it might have a trickle down effect of like adding a little bit more people in stores, getting a little bit more sales. But I don't think it's going to work the way that they're hoping and the way that they're thinking. I think they're just going to get a ton of people on release day, and then that's really going to be it. Maybe it'll work. I don't really know. But another interesting thing is PokeBeach also announced in their article that they're sourcing cards from other areas. If you guys saw the video that I did the other day, where it was talking about GameStop's now, charging market price scalping Pokemon cards because they had Obsidian Flames ETBs for $82. $82. And they mentioned, Obsidian Flames ETBs are not $82. Crown Zenith ETBs are like $105. So GameStop is sourcing Pokemon cards from other places, just like local game stores, so that they can have product in stock. And this further supports that GameStop is trying to switch to a corporate-wide LGS model that's essentially their LGSs that buy and sell things at market, but they're this massive corporate-wide company because the game industry, the physical gaming industry, just isn't there anymore. It's not working. And that's why we're seeing some of these things happen with GameStop. And I called this long ago when they announced that they were going to start taking in cards for PSA pre-orders, that they were going to try to move to a full-on TCG LGS model based kind of like from a corporate. So instead of it's just like, hey, your mom and pop are running the LGS, it's like, hey, here's your LGS that's run by $1 billion corporation, which honestly, it'll probably bring more exposure and availability to people, but it doesn't sound like a good idea to me per se. And I can't help but also assume that the fact that there's shady things going on at GameStops, like the video that I made of the manager canceling that guy's pre-orders and then selling them to his employees, is probably also playing a factor into this as well. But the long short of it is, guys, is GameStop is no more pre-orders for Pokemon cards, only Pokemon cards. You can still pre-order other things, at GameStops. They're not doing pre-orders in store or online anymore. You have to go into the stores. So that means collectors that think, oh, I'm going to go to GameStop and just, pre-order and secure my 2 or 3 every time. And as well as scalpers that think, hey, I'm going to go to 15 GameStops and pre-order 10 of each one. It's not going to be possible anymore. You're going to have to wait in line. So here's what I predict, okay? Here's what I predict, right? This is how well I know what people do. Same thing is going to start happening like you see at Walmart and Target. Somebody's going to pay somebody off. Somebody's going to be friends with somebody where people are just going to know the right time to come get in line for restocks at GameStop. Obviously, everybody's going to know release day. GameStop's going to have stuff, right? But somebody somewhere, some wheel is going to get greased with, some greenbacks somewhere. So people will know, oh, they're getting a restock this day. We better be in line this day. That's what's going to happen. And ultimately, this isn't going to help collectors as a whole be able to get product. It'll make it to where you can get lucky a little more often, but scalpers and people are just going to adapt, and that is the way that it's going to be. But wild news that GameStop is not taking pre-orders for Pokemon cards at all indefinitely, which is kind of crazy to think about where we are in Pokemon. And my advice and my caution is collect something else, right? Like Pokemon related. Don't collect just the newest, the best. Focus on singles. It's a great time to collect vintage. There's a lot of good deals on vintage, but I want to open packs. If you want to open packs, open some foreign packs. Open some packs of things that are cheap. There are options. Don't just leave. Or if you need to leave, focus on something else. Collect something, collect Weiss, collect some figures, collect something different for a little while until things calm down. There's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, crazy news. No more Pokemon card pre-orders from GameStop. I don't know, guys. It's wild. It's let's see where we go from here, but find somebody to love and serve today. Be the change you want to see in the world. See you next time, my friends.